Hi, my name is Shannon. I am a certified yoga instructor, and today I am filming this video in a hotel room while I'm traveling. So we're going to go through yoga poses that you can do in a hotel room to help make sure you stay active, you keep everything limber, and you keep the blood circulating while you travel. It's really important to make sure that you move every day, even if you have long days of travel. You don't have to practice with a yoga mat. You can use a bath towel for your practice, but if you do happen to have a yoga mat, then go ahead and roll it out. And meet me in a comfortable cross-legged seat. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. As you exhale, take your right hand to your left knee, start to twist open, and then gently place your left hand down, twisting open from the mid part of the spine. Lengthen through your back, making sure you have a really tall spine as you twist. Exhaling to twist a little deeper, starting to wake everything up. Inhale, come back to center, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, take your left hand on your right knee, start to twist open, and then gently place your right arm down on the ground. Good, hug your belly in, start to twist a little deeper, using your exhale to guide you here. Exhale allows you to create more space in the belly to twist. Good, one more inhale, and exhale, release. Come into a tabletop position, coming onto all fours. Touch your big toes together, sit your hips back, and come into a child's pose. Rest your forehead down on the ground, and breathe. Child's pose is a really good pose to do if you've been driving at fast speeds or if you've been in an airplane. It helps to ground, it helps to decompress, and also start to regulate the nervous system. So breathing full breaths, filling up the belly, the lungs, the chest, exhaling, letting go of all the air. And come back to a tabletop position. Align your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. And then start to flex and extend the spine. As you inhale, drop your belly, reach the crown of the head up to the sky for cow pose. Open the chest, broaden through the collarbones. Exhale, curl your spine, bring your belly button in, drop your head and neck. Inhale through cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. So linking your breath to your movement here, going at your own pace. Starting to wake up the body. Notice any points of tenderness or stickiness from your travel. You may be holding tension in your neck, or shoulders, in the upper back, and the lower back, in the hips, or in the legs. Just noticing where that is for you. Breathing a little extra air into those spaces that need it. And then coming back to a neutral spine. Slide the right leg back behind you, tuck your toes, firm up the leg, and then just start to rock forward and back gently. Elongating the back of the right leg, start to feel your calf opening here. You're also getting flexion and extension in your ankle joint. When you sit for long periods of time, a lot of times the blood isn't circulating as well as it could be. If you've ever had inflammation in your feet after you travel, that's what's happening. So this is a really good way to start to re-energize that space, get the blood flowing. Good, and then come back to a tabletop. Extend the left leg, tuck the toes, and start to rock forward and back. And just noticing the difference between your two sides. Maybe one side has more space. Maybe one side needs a little extra love. So just noticing what your body's telling you. Keep a neutral gaze with your neck. So you're not staring up at the ceiling. You're not staring down at your feet. You've got your neck in line with the rest of your spine. And then from here, taking both legs back and lift your hips, come into a downward facing dog. Your heels can be far up off the ground. You don't have to touch them down. You can keep a big bend in the knees here as well, especially if the hamstrings are feeling tight after traveling. Think about externally rotating your shoulders and getting the shoulders away from the ears. And then lifting the hips up towards the ceiling, extending the spine long, and then you can start to straighten the legs. You can also pedal out the feet here, bending one knee and then the other knee. Just like dogs need to go for a walk, your dog also needs to go for a walk. You have to take the time for movement and for self-care when you're traveling. Even when things get busy, a lot of times that means it's even more important to take time for yourself. Good. From here, inhale, sweep your right leg up and back behind. Exhale, bend your knee, stack your hips, opening up your hip here, and then start to move your ankle in circles. If you can, try to keep equal weight in both hands as you twirl your foot. And then switch directions. Again, getting that blood flow into the ankle. And then close your hip off. Inhale, shift forward and plant your foot in between your hands. Lower the back knee down and rise up into low lunge Anjaneyasana. Feel your back leg rooting down into the mat. Start to tuck your tailbone slightly here to get more space in the back leg and feel bigger stretch in the hip flexor. Let your shoulders melt down, hug your ribs in, and keep extending from the crown of the head. Good. Take your right hand to your thigh. Reach your left arm up and over for a side bend. You can gaze up towards your top arm. You're feeling the intercostal muscles, the space between the ribs opening. One more inhale. And exhale, release. Plant your palms down. Step back into a downward facing dog. And then we'll do the other side. Inhale, reach your left leg up. Bend your knee, open up your hips, stacking the hips one on top of the other. Ground your arms down. Start to twirl out your foot, moving the ankle in circles. Breathe. This can be difficult to hold for a long time, so of course take breaks where you need and switch directions with your ankles. Good. And then close off the hip, shift forward. Step your foot in between, lower the back knee down. You can keep your toes tucked or untuck them, your choice here. And then inhale, sweep your arms up. Start to tuck your tail, feeling a stretch in the right hip flexor. Hug your ribs in, keep reaching energy through the fingertips. And breathe. Noticing which hip has more space, which hip is feeling a little tighter today. Drop your left arm down, reach your right arm up and over. Again, breathing through the side body here. You'll feel this all the way down through your leg. One more inhale. And exhale, release. From here, untuck your back toes and then pivot your body towards the side of the room. Turn your toes in slightly and fold forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Hang heavy here. and start to rock forward so that 2/3 of your weight is in the balls of your foot, but your heels are still planted down on the ground. Release any tension in the head and the neck. Then take the left hand to the center of the mat, take an inhale. As you exhale, reach your right arm up, twist. Getting the back body while also opening up the shoulders and the torso, which can sometimes get stiff from traveling. And then release that. Plant the right hand down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, use your exhale to execute the twist. Breathing open and twisting from the mid part of the spine. Keep engaging your legs here. One more inhale. And exhale, release. Good. Now take a seat on your mat. You can pivot forward and make your way down. Move the fleshy parts away from your sits bones. Zip your legs together. Flex your feet. And then plant your hands down on the ground for staff pose. Now we're just going to point and flex the feet a few times. Keep elongating through your spine as you sit, rooting the sits bones down. A lot of focus on the ankles today. This is really important after traveling. Good. From here, inhale, sweep your arms up. Start to hinge forward from your hips. And then come forward into a forward fold. Any amount here is the right amount, so you don't have to touch your toes. You can keep the hands on the shins. If you'd like, you can also keep a small bend in your knees to help alleviate tension in the hamstrings, or you can straighten the legs all the way and fold a little deeper. Breathing into the hamstrings. A lot of times when we sit all day, the hamstrings are shortened, and this can also tug on the lower back. We're just taking some time to release that. Good. One more inhale. One more exhale. And on your inhale, slowly roll up. Bend your knees. Plant your feet down on the ground and lower down. Cross your right foot over your left foot. Flex your ankle. And then thread your hands in between. Lift your left leg off the ground. Rest the hands on the back of the left thigh for reclined pigeon, also known as reclined figure 4. Rest your head down on the mat. Rest your shoulders down on the mat. And breathe into your hip. Deep, full breaths here. In through the nose and out through the nose. And then release. Cross the left leg over the right leg, flex the foot, and then make your way into a figure 4 on the other side. Grabbing hold of the back of the right thigh, relaxing your head and your neck. And breathe. This is a really great alternative to pigeon pose where you lay down on your belly. This can help just get a little less tension in the knees and the hips. So do take a reclined variation if this feels better for you. It's always available to you in any type of a yoga practice. Good, and then release, hug your knees into your chest. The last pose we're going to come into today is a legs up the wall pose, which is fantastic to do when you travel. So go ahead and come up first. Find a wall and then align your thigh to the wall. And then you're just going to start to gently roll over onto your back while your legs come up onto the wall. And then your arms can rest by your sides. You can have them close to you, or they can be spread out for more of a shoulder opener. and just reversing the blood flow. So a lot of times when we travel and we're seated, the blood's kind of just going in one direction, pooling at our feet. So this is truly just undoing that process. It's resetting our system. This can have a really nice calming effect. It's great to do right before bed. You can stay in this pose for as long as you like. And when you're ready to come out, we'll gently bend the knees, slide them down, and then roll over to one side and press yourself up. Good. Taking a comfortable seat. Just noticing how you're feeling after bringing some movement into your day. Even if you take your favorite poses from this video and do them, any movement is better than no movement. Your body will thank you. We really appreciate you joining me today, whether you're on a mat, whether you're on a towel, whether you're on the carpet. It's just great to make use of whatever space you have around you. So thanks so much for joining. I'll see you next time.